Okay, so hey guys, I'm gonna give this thing a shot. And first off, I know that you're gonna ask, why do I have this really ridiculous filter color? And that's because I kind of like it. I don't know, it's kind of weird, but I also kind of like it. So I've decided to kind of make a video about getting some inspiration for NaNoWriMo or just to write in general. So the biggest problem with writers is that we never have time to write. And I know you've heard this from anybody. They always use that. Number one, I don't have time to write. So what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to get this done? I mean, what do you expect of me? Well, I'm here to tell you, been there, done that. So I went and spent the past 2 years in college taking intro to fiction writing classes and children's literature media, and being so inspired by these authors that we read and by our fellow authors, and being like, I really want to pursue this, and the biggest thing they always said was, write every day. No matter what, write every day. Even if it's just a little bit, write every day. And guess what? I still didn't have time to write every day. So that happened. And so, how did I get to the writing journey? I became friends with one of the people from my intro to writing fiction class, and I had another class with him, and we kind of started texting each other, and he actually gave me a book, and it's Stephen King's On Writing a Memoir of the Craft, which I have here. And so I kind of started reading it a little bit, and it took me 2 or 3 months to actually get through it because I was taking my precious time, of course, because I was like, it'll still be there, just like my writing would be. But as I read the book, I realized that Stephen King was kind of tearing me a new one, if you will. And he kept saying, how can you be a writer but you don't write? Like, he was just so brutally honest and just kind of to the point, which is very much Stephen King-like, I believe. And I just had to take a moment to step back and say, yeah, you're right. How can I be a writer if I don't write? I haven't tried. I haven't made the effort. I haven't read as much lately, so what am I doing? And I went home one day, just randomly one day, and I was like, okay, I'm going to start writing a book. And so this is how it started. Now, the whole process of how I started writing and where I got my ideas and all that, that's a whole nother video. But I just started writing, and my goal, I followed his guideline, and I don't remember exactly, but the one that stuck with me was 1,000 words. So I'd write. My goal was 1,000 words. Didn't care. Had to be 1,000 words every time I sat down to write. And no, I did not write every single day. I probably wrote 3 or 4 times a week, but to me, I was like, what, this is progress. I am doing this. I'm actually putting words on paper. I have 10 pages in Word. Like, to see that word count and that number count go up, it was kind of amazing to think, wow, I'm finally finding some time to do this. I am pretty proud of myself. And so here we are. I have finished one of my books. It's really bad, so I'm in the process of editing that book. I've got about 32,000 words from the original, and right now, rewriting it basically, I have 30,000, and now I'm doing NaNoWriMo, and I've got about 8,000 words, and it's day 4, so I'm on track. But my biggest thing, I think, is I've been there, I've done that, just like every other writer's been there, done that, and I think one of the biggest things you can do is just kind of take a look and think, I can do this. Read Stephen King's own writing. Trust me, it helped me. I don't know why it wouldn't help you. It really inspired me to start writing, and the more you start listening to other writers and hearing their own stories, you realize that no matter what you do or how much you write, you're never going to think you're perfect, but that's okay because no one's perfect. There's not a perfect writer. Just write. If that's what you want to do, if that's what you love to do, just do it. Grab this book, sit down, read it, take your time, but when you get done, I hope you have the same inspiration, and you should, that I did from reading this. Alright, that's it for today. So, kind of trying this new video thing out, doing YouTube again, so we'll see how this goes.